Hi, welcome to NYP Music Theory. In this video, I will walk through Paper 5B and 5C 2021, Section 5, Chords. Let's get started. 5.1. Indicate suitable chords in the two cadences in the following melody by writing either 1, 2, 4, or 5 in each of the 5 boxes underneath the staves. First of all, let's confirm the two cadences. Refer to perfect cadence, imperfect cadence, or plagal cadence. Now let's look at the key. 2 sharps implies that this is D major. So we can write out 1, 2, 4, 5 chords according to D major so that we can do it in an easier way. 1 chord is D, F sharp, A. 2 chord is E, G, B. 4 chord is G, B, D. And 5 chord is A, C sharp, E. Make sure we have written F sharp and C sharp. That's a good habit. Now we come to the third bar and recognize all the letter names. The first one is a B, then G. This one is just a repetition of B. Then we have a D. This C, we put a question mark first, and then the B is a repetition. So as we rearrange all these 3 letter names, we can recognize that this is a G, B, D chord. That is the 4 chord. So what is this C? It is recognized as non-chord tones. That means it does not belong to the 4 chord. So we can just put it aside. G, B, D is a 4, so we can write 4 here. Now we refer to the cadence. We know that 4 can go to 1 as a plagal cadence, or 4 goes to 5 to imperfect cadence. So let's see what chord is this. An A and F sharp. We have only 2 notes, but that's fine. This A is a repetition. Let's look at the chords. We have a 1, D, F sharp, A with the F sharp and the A. So most likely this is 1. Here is the plagal cadence. Now come to the second line. Second bar start with the E, B, and G. Then the B and G is a repetition. We arrange the notes in a stack of thirds, E, G, B. We can find it here. E, G, B is a 2 chord. Next bar, a E, a C. Of course, this is a C sharp. And this B, we wait for a while because this is by step. Now comes to A. E is a repetition, and C sharp we have here. So this one looks like a non-chord tone. We put it aside first and check these 3 notes. We can spell it out as A, C sharp, E in a stack of thirds. So A, C sharp, E over here is the 5 chord. Now, actually, we will understand that the 5 will resolve to 1 to get a perfect cadence. Let's double check the notes. D, F sharp. D, F sharp. It's a 1. So here we finish the first question. 5.2. Tick one box to name each cadence. Look at A. The bracket here shows the cadence. We can work backwards. Look at the C major. Read out the letter names or write it out. G, G, B, D. So according to C major, G, B, D is the 5 chord. We can jot it down here. Then work backwards. Actually, we know the answer already because anything resolves to 5 will be imperfect cadence. Perfect will be 5 to 1 and plagal is 4 to 1. But in order to confirm it, let's check this chord. C, C, E, G. This is a C, E, G chord. C, E, G is 1. So here we confirm this is imperfect cadence. B is G major. Let's go to the final chord. G major, spell out these notes. G, 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 B. Oh, it's a G and B. Although we don't have a fifth, but we can recognize that this is a 1 in G major. So again, what cadences will end on 1 may be perfect, may be plagal. 5-1 or 4-1. It won't be imperfect, so we opt out this. And let's check the approached chord. D, D, F sharp, A. According to G major, D is the 5th note. That is the dominant. D, F sharp, A is the 5 chord. So 5 to 1 is perfect cadence. 5.3. Tick one box to name each of the 3 marked chords. The key is E minor. The very first step is to write out a table like this. 1, 2, 4, 5. And then on top of it, we will write A, that means root position. B is the first inversion, and C, second inversion. In E minor, the 1 chord is E, G, B. The second chord is F sharp. Remember, there is a F sharp in the key signature. F sharp, A, C. And the 4 chord is A, C, and E. The 5 chord will be T, F sharp. F sharp is from the key signature, but remember D also has to be sharpened because this is the leading note in E minor. So take note of that. The leading note is a D sharp. Now we come to letter A. Spell out the chord as A, C, and E. From A, C, E, we can point out this is the 4th chord, A, C, E. And A is in the bass. That means root position. So the answer is 4A. Letter B, spell out the chord B, E, G. Let's rearrange it into a stack of thirds, E, G, B. Look at the chord, E, G, B is 1. But look at the bass, the B is in the bass. That means the 5th in the bass. C position, 1C. Letter C, as we look at the leading note D sharp in the bass, immediately you can get the answer. Leading note, that is the 3rd in the bass, will be B position. So here is 5B. This is paper 5C, section 5, chords. 5.1. Indicate suitable chords in the 2 cadences in the following melody by writing either 1, 2, 4, or 5 in each of the 5 boxes underneath the staves. Look at the key signature. This is C major. We can write out the chords. 1 is C, E, G. 2, D, F, A. 4, F, A, C. And 5, G, B, Now come to this bar and spell out the chords. If we have notes by step, there will be one non-chord tone, usually. Let's read out D, F, A. They are all in thirds. And we can find it from the two chord D, F, A. So here the E is a non-chord tone. D, F, A is 2. We can write it down, 2. 2 usually will resolve to 5. Let's double check it. G and B. We can find G, B here. It's a 5 chord and imperfect cadence. The second line, this is an A, a C, and F. Rearrange it in a stack of thirds, F, A, C. Look at this chord, F, A, C is 4. The next bar, D, G, and B. Rearrange it, G, B, D is a 5. Then most likely this will be a 1. Let's double check. C, E, C. C and E is the 1 chord, so it's a perfect cadence. 5.2. Tick one box to name each cadence. F major. Let's go to the final chord and analyze this one. F, F, A, C. F, A, C in F major is 1 chord. Then we can opt out imperfect cadence because imperfect cadence ends on 5. Now come to the approached chord. B flat, D, F. B flat is the 4th chord in F major. 4 to 1 is plagal cadence. Next one is D major. Let's go to the final chord and spell out the notes. A, C sharp, E. From D major, A is the 5. That is the dominant chord. The approach chord is G, G, B, D. G, B, D is the 4. 4 to 5, ending on 5 is always imperfect cadence. 5.3. Tick one box to name each of the 3 marked chords. The key is A flat major. So we can write out the table here. 1, 2, 4, 5 chord. Spell out the chord names. 1 is A flat, C, E flat. 2 is B flat, D flat, F. 4 is D flat, F, A flat. 5 is E flat, G, B flat. And on top, we write the A, B, C representing root position, first inversion, and the second inversion. Now let's look at letter A. Spell out the chord B flat, F, D flat. So if we rearrange it in thirds, it will be B flat, D flat, F. B flat, D flat, F is a 2. And in the bass is the B flat. That means the root position. So we take the 2A. Letter B, spell out the chord D flat, A, F, D flat. Rearrange it into stack of third, D flat, F, A flat. D flat, F, A flat. So it will be a 4. Again, it's root position, so 4A. Letter C, E flat, A flat, E flat, C. Rearrange it into stack of thirds, A flat, C, E flat. A flat, C, E flat. It will be 1. Look at the bass note. It's an E flat. That means C position. So it's a 1C. All right, we are done.